Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of these end times. Before I get into the topic of this program, I want to show you that I have improved a great deal my image of the great sign on September 23rd when it appears in the constellations. And I have put Virgo, who is delivering a baby, in a hospital gown at least, so she does not appear naked. Scott Clarke complained about this. He called it weird. And since Virgo represents the Blessed Virgin Mary and not Israel, I agree this is much more appropriate to show her in childbirth, but wearing also a hospital gown. Now, speaking of Scott Clarke, he has always said that he discovered this Revelation 12 sign on September the 23rd, even though he posted his first video 3 months after I posted my first video. And he tells his subscribers that he posted on websites about this sign and he described it. And I dispute that because he has never been able to tell us where those sites are. Well, yesterday, YouTuber by the name of Hamrick EC says he has discovered one of those sites. Well, I'll clue you in, it's all a pack of lies. But I don't want to influence you too much. I will let him describe what he has discovered. Here is a clip from that video, which he posted just yesterday.
Let me introduce you to Ritchie. I believe he's in Florida when I did a little bit of digging just to figure out what's going on. And he has this blog here. I'm going to leave a link down there if you'd like to take a look at it. It's Revelation Revealed by Ritchie.com. And he started this in January 2011 from what I can tell. So anyway, but what I found very interesting is if I head down here, we take a look, and he says, confirming the year of the 2017 is possibly the mid-tribulation, which was what we were thinking early on, because Revelation 12 is 2017. It has to be the midpoint, right? Anyway, he goes to chapter 12, gives his 4 signs. You know, the woman clothed with the sun, moon in her feet. I mean, we've heard it over, but he explains the king planet, Jupiter, is right between the constellation's legs. I'll let you read this if you'd like to take a look at it. This is posted on January 12, 2011. Now, to even take it one step further, he mentions Scotty Clarke in January, and it's the post right above here. Let's see if I can just find it real fast. Where is it? Let's see. So this is his post, Ezekiel 14:21, and he starts talking about, you know, the Revelation 12 sign a little bit here and there, and he says right there, you know, let me highlight that for you. Another party did this research, so he's not taking credit for it, and I could not ascertain who came up with it, so he's not really sure. But he does say, although I believe Scotty Clarke is aware of this same information, as well as whether or not he discovered it himself. And this was January 15, 2011, nearly 3 months before Tapley posted up his YouTube video claiming that he's the one that discovered the Revelation 12 sign. So,
well, I guess I would be smug too, like Mr. Hamrick, if I did not like William Tapley and I was trying to prove that Scotty Clarke did indeed discover the Revelation 12 sign on September the 23rd. Of course, his whole argument depends on the accuracy of Rex Ritchie's website. Are those dates for real? Well, I went to his website, and I'll put a link to it below. And according to him, he posted 7 different articles in January of 2011. And I thought I would read through his articles to see if there was anything in there that would verify that date. In other words, was there any historical reference of things which occurred at that same time? And I could not find any. So I said, gee, do you think Scott Clarke really did discover this sign? I mean, my confidence wavered there for a minute. But then I thought, well, let's take a look at the next month, which was February 2011, or at least that's when Rex Ritchie claimed it occurred. And here is where things get sticky for Mr. Ritchie. Let's read his post from supposedly that date, February 2011. Month February 2011. The Strait of Hormuz, the antithesis factor, February 28, 2011, or so he claims. Iran has been quoted as saying that they would close the Strait of Hormuz, cutting off oil exports, if the West imposes sanctions on Iran's oil shipments. Israel receives much of her oil through these straits, etc. So here is a very specific historical reference. But did this occur in February of 2011, or is Mr. Rex Ritchie pulling the wool over our eyes? Now, if the dates on Rex Ritchie's website are accurate, that would indicate that Scott Clarke did discover the Revelation 12 sign before I did in April of 2011. So I thought I would look up the historical events that happened in February 2011, and there was no reference to Iran threatening to close the Straits of Hormuz. But if you do Google that event, it did occur in January of 2012. At least that is when practically all the articles I read on that incident occurred. In other words, almost 11 months after Ritchie claims that he knew all about it. In fact, let me look at the Wikipedia article, and this is 2011 to 12 Strait of Hormuz dispute from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. The 2011 to 12 Strait of Hormuz dispute is an ongoing dispute between a coalition of countries and Iran. The dispute arose on 27 December 2011 when Iranian Vice President Mohammad Reza Rahimi threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz. Something is very rotten in Scotty Clarke land. This is a full 11 months after Rex Ritchie claims that this event occurred. So why did Rex Ritchie fake this 2011 news article? It occurred much later than the date he has on his website. I submit to you that he changed that date. But why would he do that? He's already fooled us with the January 2011 date. And here I suspect is the reason. If you look at his website, he lists his past articles, and you will see there is a gap between January 2011 and April 2011 when I believe he actually started his website. And that would look rather awkward. So he had to put a supposed news article between January 11th, which is fake, and between April and 11th, which was his first real site. And where did he get this from? Well, if you look at that list of his past articles, you will see there is no postings on January 2012. I submit that he took that article and changed the date to February the 11th. That would make a whole lot more sense. Because then his article on Iran threatening to close Hormuz would line up with the dates of all the other articles on the internet. In other words, January 2012, not February 2011. But here is the real kicker. Let's look at what else he wrote at the bottom of his posting, February the 28th, 2011. If we scroll down on his February the 28th, 2011 posting, we will see a very interesting phrase at the very bottom. Have a blessed new year. Are you kidding me? Rex Ritchie waits until February the 28th to wish his readers a blessed new year. What? Are you serious? Paul Bagley, come and help me out on this. I know you've had Scott Clarke on your program. I suspect that he and Hemrick and Rex Ritchie are all phony as $3 bills. Does that make sense that you would post 7 articles in January 2011 and not one of them would you say, have a blessed new year? But on February the 28th, 2011, suddenly you wish your readers a blessed new year? Something is rotten in Scotty Clarke land. I don't believe any of these people. Both the January 2011 and February 2011 articles have been doctored. Those are not the dates they were posted. If you believe this, then you were born yesterday. Look at my hair. I'm 78. I was not born yesterday. I can tell phonies when I see them. So here's what you have got to do. Scott Clarke, you have got to disassociate yourself from Hemrick and Ritchie. Those guys have concocted a scheme, in my opinion, to try to make it look as if you discovered the Revelation 12 sign. You know you did not. And you have got to tell your subscribers that these people are not helping you one bit. I mean, you tell your people that Jesus was not serious, was not talking to Christians in the end times when he said no man knows the day or the hour. That is a phony lie, and you are proving your mettle with this video by Hemrick. And Mr. Hemrick, you have got to tell your people that you were lying. You've got to apologize for calling me a liar, which you do over and over again in your video. And Mr. Ritchie, you claim to be a Christian. Well, let me tell you, Christians don't bear false witness against their neighbors. You do not break the 10 Commandments. You have got to retract what you did on your website, because what you are doing is against the truth. You are hurting people. You are letting other people slander my name. And this is not Christian. You are of the Antichrist when you do that. And so that is my information for you, my subscribers, today. And by the way, for you subscribers who put links to Hemrick's video, which slander me and call me a liar, I hope you now go on his video and post this response video, because he needs to know the truth. Maybe he was fooled. Maybe he honestly thinks that that is a true website. It isn't. It's all one big lie. And as always, to conclude this program, if you would like to know more information about my ministry here on YouTube, visit my 3rdeaglemedia.com website.